And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show. Thanks for spending time with us here. Greatly appreciate everybody that supports our Consumer Quarterback Show and all of our expert contributors. We've seen an uptick in calls lately. Greatly appreciate that. Everybody calling in, helping you understand your buying decisions, make you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I've got some economic updates for you here. GDP's up, gas and interest rates are down. A lot of good stuff happening nationally, also locally here. We'll talk about some of the stories in Tampa Bay. Find out where Tampa Bay ranks in terms of Florida metros posting strong wage growth. We'll talk about that and more as well. And we also have Shane Faunce back in studio with us, Tampa Yacht Sales. We're going to talk about the boating, yachting industry, and also got the big boat show coming up this weekend. Give us a little teaser, Shane, what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, Happy New Year. We're going to try and hit on a little bit about the St. Pete Boat Show, the advantages of actually seeing a show, talk a little bit about some of the market dynamics of what's going on and what we're seeing in the market, and look forward to helping customers make those right boating decisions.
Absolutely. Yeah, good stuff there. And so we'll jump into that. We also have Jeff Hoffman joining us. He is a highly respected mortgage loan originator here in Tampa Bay, nationwide residential capital. We'll talk with him. Big news in the mortgage industry, of course, $200 billion worth of Fannie Freddie bonds, purchase of bonds to reduce interest rates. So that's dropped us down below 6% for the first time in many, many years. So that's good stuff. Also, credit card companies being capped at 10%. That's good for the consumer. I love the strategy here, trying to help consumers win, and that's going to raise the overall tide as far as those the overall economic conditions here throughout the country. So a lot of good stuff happening. Very optimistic for 2026. And as you know, the Platinum MVP team at Keller Realty, my wife Lindsay and I own and operate a top team here in Tampa Bay. We like to feature our listings on air, and it's part of a strategy that helps us sell faster for more money with less headaches, maximizing the exposure and the profit on the sale of your real estate listings. Also a certified negotiation expert. We'd love to talk to you. Buying, selling, investing, refinancing. We got a hot listing here. I love this $1 million listing at 9914 Ala Vista Drive in Gibsonton. This is a beautiful property, great opportunity. It's on the waterfront. You're an elevated stilt home here at the end of a quiet street. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1922 square feet. You have a nice lot at the end of a canal on the Alafia River here, access to the Gulf. It's a split bedroom layout. Private covered dock, 12,000-pound boat lift, 1,000-pound jet ski lift. You have RV parking as well, fully solar powered with updated panels. And you also have a 50-year galvanized standing seam metal roof, hurricane shutters, professional landscaping, and custom exterior lighting. 9914 Ala Vista Drive, Gibsonton, Florida. $1 million listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Realty. 369 West Wind Drive, Palm Harbor, renovated home in a boating community. This is another boaters community here. This is a 322, 14 square feet, just under a quarter-acre lot, completely renovated, updated ceiling fans throughout. This is in Baywood Village. It's a boater-friendly community. You have a community boat ramp there where you can back your boat down, take it out fishing for the day, maybe go tubing out there, take the kids on the tube, and enjoy that Florida lifestyle to the fullest. Pet-friendly golf cart community, complete with a clubhouse, which is an optional membership as well. So you're not, required to pay that HOA fee of just $60. So it's a great opportunity there. 369 West Winds Drive, Palm Harbor, Florida. And you can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. You can search the MLS there as well. And you can see all of our radio, TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
Yeah, I'm raising my glass to those saving our ass overseas.
That's right. Shout out to all of our veterans out there. Special Forces, Delta Force on the ground as well. Nice. Out there in Venezuela, and flexing our muscles a little bit over the last few weeks here, Shane.
Looking pretty good out there.
Yeah, I
mean, listen, get the oil prices coming down, get a lot of natural resources. I mean, if you look at how much oil is in the ground in Venezuela,
big time.
Nice to be able to have some some flex on that.
Yeah, 20% of the world's reserves is what I hear. 19 states now, speaking of gas prices, 19 states are below $2 a gallon.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's good news.
Yeah, we just need to see it on the water, get some prices down there too.
Yeah, get that water, get that gasoline. And you also look at housing dropped below 6%. That's a big hit for us. GDP up at 5.4%. We're looking good, man. Things are looking good.
I think 2026, 2027 is going to be a good swing.
Yeah, I do too, man. Very optimistic. I saw this article too in Florida Realtor magazine. I kind of keep my ear to the ground as far as that goes, but there's some interesting talk here. You know, it's talking about Florida metro areas that post strong wage growth. So as wage growth, people can afford more, they're spending more. You got that discretionary income spending, but Florida continues to outperform most of the nation in wage growth, with more than 30 metro areas recording increases of 30% since 2019. Sebring, Ocala, Deltona, Daytona, Ormond Beach rank among the top 10 nationwide for wage growth. So that was kind of interesting. And then Tampa Bay is at 29.74 in wage growth. Southwest Florida posted at 38.74. Northeast Florida, demand for skilled labor, population growth. North Central Florida caused an average hourly wage to rise 34.4%. South Florida, wage growth remained strong in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm, which was up 32.45%. That's according to U.S. metro areas within the biggest wages of Algo Academy, I guess is the source there. But, yeah, some good wage growth there.
That's great. That's the way they have more disposable income. They can make some luxury boat purchases.
There you go. I love it. Tell us a little bit about your business and your background in the boating and yachting industry.
So I've been in the boating and yachting business since 2002. I started with a company called Marine Max, one of the largest marine retailers over in Clearwater, Florida. Learned a lot about the retail business. I was in new boat sales, and then I was briefly out of the business for about a year and a half during the 2008 drop. I worked with one of my clients and then learned the brokerage business at Galati, and been on my own now for 13 years. Growing Tampa Yacht Sales. We've got 6 brokers from Key West to South Florida all the way up through Hernando Beach. So we cover the state of Florida pretty well.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I love the ability to get out there and get out on the boats on the weekends. I mean, you talk about lifestyle. A lot of real estate is about lifestyle. You know, the ability to, go out there and enjoy the outdoors. A lot of people like to golf. I'm a little bit more on the boater side. If I got a free Saturday or Sunday, I'm on the water
Get
more
on the
so.
Water, catch some
golfing.
fish, have some fun with the kids. It's a great release. Recharge the batteries. That's we're definitely selling a lifestyle. Nobody needs a boat.
Yeah,
it's just something for them to do to have fun on the water. I was meeting with a client this morning. We're listing a 2021 Shearwater 27 Carolina Flare. It's a twin 225. Really nice bay, near-shore boat, and unfortunately the husband died, and she doesn't want to build any more memories on that boat. She might get something down the road, but it's out there in Riverview. It'd look nice behind that Alta Vista listing you have there.
It would.
Yeah.
We should put it over there and
get right on that
do
list.
some open houses.
That's it.
Yeah, take them for
Let me know.
Ride. Hey, it's kind of interesting, too. Do you sell airboats, too? Have you sold any airboats?
I have not. I've done some airboating when I was a kid growing up. We
Yeah.
used to go out to Crystal River, and I've got cousins and friends that have airboats. It's fun fishing.
It's kind of interesting because I had a conversation. I've got that Weeki Wachee Marina for sale up there in Weeki Wachee, home of the mermaids, and it was interesting because this agent had a buyer, and he was telling me about the airboat businesses up there, and there's one that's kind of a friend of his, and it was interesting because when you think about where we're at in terms of winter time and the way the moon hits and the tides are.
It's a lower winter tide.
It's lower winter tide up there. And he says, man, on those airboats, they can get to places where it's literally 2 or 3 inches of water for miles, a couple miles or whatever. And by having that airboat, you're able to access holes where a lot of those redfish and snook kind of go up in there, and then the tide leaves on them, and they get stuck in that shallow water. He says, man, they're tearing them up there.
Yeah, it's like shooting fish in a barrel, and that was kind of the way it was. Whenever we would go out, I would go with my cousin Russell Dingman, and we'd hit a spot, throw a couple of lines out, no hits, move to the next spot. Yeah, because if they're there, they're going to eat.
They're going to eat. Yeah, they've been starved for a while. I said, man, I got to get out there and go fishing with you guys because I go fishing, by myself sometimes, or with friends on my own with no guided tour or anybody that kind of knows the area, knows what they're doing. And I said, my wife probably thinks I'm the worst fisherman in the world because I never catch fish. I said, I need to go with you guys because it sounds like fun. You're catching some fish. I mean, I mostly do most of the fishing, not catching.
And
But,
they're definitely two different sports.
Yeah, you got to know what you're doing out there. If you just joined us, we're talking with Shane Faunce here, Tampa Yacht Sales, and he's a local business owner. We always talk about supporting the local economy here and supporting the local economy by supporting Tampa Yacht Sales and his business. Tell us about some of your recent listings. You got some great listings.
Yeah, we've got a 73 Sunseeker that we picked up the end of last year. We helped that customer buy a 82-foot Viking. We still have that boat. We're trying to get it in a couple of the boat shows. We had a couple offers into next year. That's a nice $1.6 million listing that if you wanted to do some cruising through the Caribbean and up and down the East Coast, that'd be a great option. But we help folks with a lot of smaller boats, like that boat I was talking about, that 2021 Shearwater. It's a 27-foot boat for $150,000, boat motor trailer, twin engines you could pick up. There's a ton of boats like that Robalo we've got out on Apollo Beach. It's sitting behind a house that recently sold, not the boat he wants, under $100,000 for a nice tower boat ready to go out on the bay. It's got brand new vinyl, less than 350 hours. We got to cover it all. I mean, it's been busy. I would tell you that the calls were up over the holidays. We closed one deal the first week of the year. We've got a couple other deals that are pending that carried on. But it seems like people are out doing some shopping, and I think with this boat show this weekend, it's a great opportunity for people to get out and see what might be the right boat for them. Even though it's all new boats, we help people mostly with used, but they can get an idea of what they want all in one place. They don't have to go driving from place to place to place. See all the boats in one place right there at the Bayfront Center in front of the Dolly Museum.
Yeah, I love that. And you also have the boat show coming up this weekend.
Yes. Starts Thursday, goes through Sunday. It's 10 to 7 each day. I think on Sunday it only goes until 6. But I'd get out there probably Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thursday looks going to be a little rainy on Thursday.
Yeah. And that's when you go out there, you can kind of find what you like, what's good.
Yeah.
What's topical right now, and then you can look at the newer model, maybe buy a lot of times. Do you save a lot of money when you're buying a couple years older model?
You really do. Like during COVID, it was tough because there were no boats available. So our business, when we had a listing, it would be gone in the first week. I mean, there just was no new boats to be bought, and if you were going to order one, it would take somewhere between 6 and 12 months to get one.
Yep.
So the great thing about the boat show, you can go walk all the new boats, but you can pick up a 3 or 4 year old boat, pretty much the same technology, same model, same boat, pick it up for 20-30% less easily.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, man.
Yep.
Don't bite off that. Speaking of boating, I was watching a movie this weekend. It kind of came out. It's about a USF guy, Nick Schuyler. The movie is called Not Without Hope, and it recently came out. And I heard this story years ago because I playing flag football, I think, with a lot of the USF guys at the time. I was quarterback on our flag football team back in the day. But it's based on Nick Schuyler's best-selling memoir, where him and 2 other NFL football players went out. Have you heard this story? Have you heard?
Yeah, I think they were in a bay boat. They were offshore, and the boat capsized.
Yep. So it's a boater tip here. Don't do what these guys did. So anyways, Marquise Cooper was one of the NFL players. Corey Smith, whose boat capsized in the Gulf of Mexico after an anchor gets stuck during a storm. So instead of, you got to try different angles if you're
Yes.
Your anchor gets stuck, you just got to try it from different angles.
Yep.
They hammered it and were trying to pull it out, like muscle it out, and that's a no-no. And the boat flipped, and then they were out at sea for I think it was like 48 hours. I mean, and freezing cold temperatures.
I think he was hung on to a cooler or something.
The reason he survived is he was able. The boat was sitting almost perfectly upright or upside down, and he was able to hang on to the engine that was facing up.
Right.
So and the reason why he survived and the others didn't is because he was getting seasick earlier in the day, and he had his jacket on still.
He still had his vest
on. So he had his long sleeve jacket on that was holding his heat in.
Gotcha.
Because the temperatures were right at 55, 60 degrees in the Gulf of Mexico. So I had already knew the story, but I came across it. I think it was on Prime. And I was like, let's watch this. And
that's great.
It was pretty well done. It was they had Josh Duhamel, or however you pronounce that guy. He was as the Coast Guard captain. Timothy Close, but it was a good story, and it was about USF, and they had some funny jokes in there about him, training with the guys. But Marquise Cooper, rest in peace, Corey Smith, and the other gentleman was Will something or other, another USF guy. Yep. But friends just going out for a boating trip and didn't have the right training.
Unfortunately,
one bad decision.
Yeah, that's one thing about boating. I always tell people, like, listen, there's plenty of days to go boating, but if you get into a situation, err on the caution. Yeah. Take caution. I mean, cut the anchor. $300, $500 anchor, buy a new one.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. and make sure your radio's there. And I like the sat
EPIRBs, sat phones.
Yep.
There's a lot of great inexpensive tools out there. If you're going to go offshore, go ahead and do a float plan. Where are you going to be? You register it with the Coast Guard, and then they have a lot of these EPIRBs. They're immediately going to notify the U.S. Coast Guard, hey, here's where we're at, and they're going to beep off every once in a while. So check your equipment, make sure it's up to date, batteries. When you're going to take those trips and you're getting outside of the, CETO range.
I mean, they were 70 miles out here.
Yeah,
they were 70 miles out at his Cooper's Hole is what he called it, his little wreck. And luckily the wife or girlfriend was at home, and she had the old GPS, which had it programmed in there. So that's maybe what partly saved
helped.
They were able to say, hey, here's his old numbers. But anyways, we got to take a quick break. Right back. More with Shane Faunce here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team, online at consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleaning, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894. consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast.
Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark. If you're facing an insurance claim, don't just trust the insurance company to have your best interests at heart. This is Brandon Rimes, Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to rightwaypa.com. Our friend Derek Coble at rightwaypa.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rimes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
Hey, and we're back. Brandon Rimes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. Shane Faunce joining us in studio, Tampa Yacht Sales, Inc., right here in Tampa Bay. If you're buying a boat, selling a boat, want to get a valuation on your boat, reach out to the show hotline. We'd love to put you in touch with Shane Faunce right here in Tampa Bay. A couple of hot listings. We'll jump right back into it. We've got a property here at 10413 Main Street in Thanona, Sassa. This is vacant land for sale. You've got a corner lot, commercial, potential for commercial here. It's 10413 Main Street in Thanona, Sassa. Owner just did a price improvement here, 3.63 acres of vacant land. This is a commercial property It's across the street from a busy gas station, so it could be opportunities to put something similar there. 10413 Main Street, Thonotosassa. Seller is motivated. We just did a $50,000 price improvement. Great opportunity to buy real estate, buy some vacant land, and build your dream there as well. 3308 Landing Place in Palm Harbor, another beautiful listing. This one's in Cobb's Landing with access to Lake Tarpon. You have a community boat ramp where you can back your boat down and enjoy that 2,500-acre lake there. 3 bedrooms plus an office. You got 3.5 baths, 2-car garage, over 3,000 square feet, over a third of an acre. Ground level master bedroom, private pool, outdoor entertainment area, and you have a private marina there as well where you can park your boat. You got boat slips and right on Lake Tarpon there, which you can go to lunch or dinner. There's a Lake Tarpon Turtle there. Gated tennis and basketball courts, waterfront park, playground, and scenic walking trails. You can see all of our real estate listings and search the MLS at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see our radio TV show, expert contributors, at consumerqb.com. All right, Shane Faunce, final thoughts, man. Back to you. Got the boat show this weekend, buying, selling. They want an appraisal. They should reach out.
Boat show this weekend, great opportunity to walk all the different brands, all the different manufacturers, all the latest electronics in the booths. Get out there, check it out. If you have any questions about selling your boat, it is always better to pre-sell your boat versus trading it. I had this conversation with someone recently, and I was like, listen, they're going to take 30 to 40% less. They're taking all the risk. It's not retail to retail. They're going to give you wholesale.
That's right.
And give you a little discount on the new boat, but you're buying a new boat. So this one customer, we're going to be walking the show with him. I have his $100,000 boat under contract. He wants to buy a $100,000 dual console. We'll be able to save him the sales tax and show it as a pass-through. It's a nice service when you say, hey, yeah, you're charging 10% to sell the boat, plus you're selling him a new one. Yeah, but we're saving 6% on the sales tax up to the $100,000 purchase price. So
there you go.
It is a nice, convenient way to, one, make it easy for the client. They don't do all the work, plus they save some sales tax.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I love that.
So
you got some great boats in your inventory right now.
We do. Yeah, see us at TampaYachtSales.com. If you have any questions, give us a call. My cell phone number is 727-647-5557.
I like the Sunseeker, the 73-foot Sunseeker. That sounds
It's a
fun.
beautiful boat, very well maintained. I mean, update after update, new electronics. That boat's standing tall, captain maintained. It's going to be a great value for somebody.
Yeah, man. I love that. Big news also, Trump calls for a temporary 10% cap on credit card interest rates. That's big news for a lot of people. You know, the cumulative effect of that, according to the senators, a couple of senators had put together a bill that was going to call for 10 interest rates at 10% for 5 years, maxed out at 10%. And according to the senators that had that bipartisan legislation, credit card companies earned about $130 billion in interest and fees in 2022, while the average U.S. household with credit card debt carried more than $21,000 of it as of 2023. So a lot of people getting hit by those credit cards, and unfortunately, you know, with the way the economy went there for a while, it's improving now, which is good. But, you know, they're putting gas and groceries on those credit cards, paying 20+% on them.
That's right. Absolutely.
Terrible.
Yeah. Hopefully they can, at the end of the day, you have to manage your money, right?
Yeah.
You have to be able to cut back where you can, but if they can cut some expenses, I mean, some of those credit cards are probably 20-30%.
Yeah, exactly.
Per year.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot. It's a lot to bite off. Shane Faunce, how can they find you online?
www.tampayachtSales.com. Tampa Yacht Sales on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Give us a call. Reach out if you need a market analysis, need help with what your boat's worth or what the next boat might be. Give us a call. We'll help you out.
All right. Good stuff. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you.
Coming up, Jeff Hoffman, mortgage expert contributor on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Nationwide Residential Capital. We're going to talk with him specifically about this $200 billion that was invested and spent on bonds and what that's done to the market. And it looks like things are getting better. Interest rates are falling, and the housing market is great. So stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rimes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back in studio here. Brandon Rimes, welcome in. Jeff Hoffman, Nationwide Residential Capital. He's our mortgage expert contributor here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm going to have him talk a little bit about the $200 billion purchase of bonds and what that's done to the market. And I'm hearing things are looking really good. Rates are coming back down, and might be a good time to look at a refinance, maybe do a rate and term, drop that rate, or maybe a cash out, or look at potentially paying off some higher interest rate credit card debt. Although also in the news, Trump calls for the temporary 10% cap on credit card interest rates. That's going to help a lot of people and help save folks some interest payments there as well. So we'll jump into those stories and more coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We always feature our listings on air. Part of our strategy is to help our sellers sell faster for more money, maximizing the exposure and the profit on the sale of our real estate listings. 12948 Twin Bridges Drive in Riverview, Florida. A hot listing here from the team. This is a beautiful home. It's a high-end property, estate-style home here. 4 bedrooms, 4 bath, 3-car garage, 35 square feet. Just under a quarter-acre lot home. Lot size in terms of the acreage. And you also have open concept kitchen here. Beautiful tile. You got that tile with the wood look. Lighter color kitchen cabinetry, stainless steel appliances, huge kitchen island there as well. Split floor plan, 2-story home, beautiful property, excellent curb appeal. And Triple Creek has a lot of amenities in that community. You've got 3 community pools, splash pad, 2 clubhouses, 2 fitness centers, playground, tennis and basketball courts, dog park, and walking trails, all with low HOA fees and no flood insurance required. Easy access to 301, I-75, and I-4. Check out 12948 Twin Bridges Drive, Riverview, Florida. Another beautiful listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Always helping you win in your real estate deals. If you're buying, selling, investing, or refinancing, we would love to talk to you. 7154 Shoreline Boulevard in Weeki Wachee, Florida. Home of the Mermaids here. You got 3/4 acre lot. Now, this business, it's a commercial building. You've got the business as well. It's got like 6 income streams here, multiple income streams. You got rentals for John boats, kayaks, paddle boards. You have retail building that's offering fishing and boating supplies. You have on-site ice machine, one of those huge ice machines that the fishermen will come and fill up for the day, or people going out fishing. You also have a retail store, perfect for a live-in manager, rental above the retail store, that is a short-term rental. You have a authorized Suzuki servicer provider, established motor repair business. So great opportunity to buy real estate right here in Tampa Bay. It's a multi-use, flexible space that provides opportunities for additional income or new ventures there as well. Just minutes from Hernando Beach and the Gulf. 7154 Shoreline Boulevard, Weeki Wachee Marina, for sale from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And you can see all of our listings online and search the MLS at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
Only in America, dreaming in red, white, and
All right, Jeff Hoffman in studio with me, Nationwide Residential Capital. He is a mortgage expert contributor. And Jeff, big news is Trump putting together a purchase of $200 billion worth of bonds. And, you know, that should have a pretty good effect on the market.
Yes, it will. I mean, it's going to help drive interest rates down. Rates are doing awesome. I tell you, new year, rates are coming down. That will have an impact on it. How big, we'll have to see, because $200 billion is a lot of money, but in the overall scheme of things, it's not a huge amount to move the market big time, but It is in the right direction, right? So what people need to understand is that bonds is a fixed coupon, right? So as more people and more bonds are being bought, it drives the yield down, and that yield goes down, interest rates go down. They kind of work inversely, right? So the bond prices go up, the yield goes down, interest rates decrease. So it helps. It's going to help with home affordability for sure. Lower rates is always good.
Yeah, I love that. And also you look at Governor Ron DeSantis announces major insurance rate relief as Florida's reform deliver results. So this was a recent article here. I'm just going to hit some of the highlights. It says Floridians are seeing rate reductions in both auto and homeowners insurance across the state, with additional relief coming soon, said Governor Ron DeSantis. The reductions in citizens' insurance rates are among the most significant in recent memory. Premiums are lowering because we've enacted real reforms and withstood the pressure to reverse course. We will hold firm in our commitment not to go back to the broken insurance market of the past. So this was interesting, and there's another quote from the CFO, Blaise Ngolia. He says, 4 years ago, our insurance market was near collapse, which is why I stood alongside our governor to create historic lawsuit reform, cut out the waste, fraud, and abuse, and strengthen our insurance markets. So, yeah, it seems like, those are coming back. I even remember hearing a story that we did in Q4 about one of the big insurance companies. I think it might have been Progressive that gave back $1 billion to its policyholders. So things are looking good, man. When you think about PITI, you got principal,
Yes.
interest, taxes, and insurance. So we know taxes, there's maybe some relief coming in the future.
Yeah.
Insurance, as we just talked about. Interest rates, we just talked about. And, that leads to an overall payment.
That is going to help with the whole home affordability, for sure. Insurance is a big key, like that, and real estate taxes, because those two can put your payment where you're not comfortable. But you're bringing those things down, interest rates coming down, you're going to see that a mortgage payment is going to be less than what you're paying in rent. It's happening now, and it will happen in the future. So if you're renting, you can probably get into a house less than your rent.
Absolutely. And you're going to build up equity. You're going to have tax incentives. There's so many positives there. So under the approved rates, the vast majority of Citizens policyholders statewide will receive a premium decrease with a statewide average reduction of 8.7%. Over 330,000 policyholders across all 67 counties will see rates decrease, and more than 150,000 policyholders will receive reductions of 10% or greater. So that's good news, man.
That is
really
real good news. Usually it's the other way around, right? Every year your insurance is increasing.
Right.
And it comes, and then now you get that reform in place. Oh, that's going to help a lot. It's going to free up some money, and it's going to help a lot of people when buying a new home.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was interesting to see also we looked at some of the other statistics. So you got GDP up, the stock market's up, gas is down, interest rates are down. There's 19 states where gas is below $2 a gallon.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Big time. So I'm very optimistic. And also in Florida, man, some really good news here in Florida. I was looking at the latest Florida Realtor magazine, kind of looking at, what's happening right here in the state of Florida. Tampa Bay wage earners in the Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg, Clearwater region climbed. This is talking about wage growth. So Florida metro areas post strong wage growth. Tampa Bay up 29.74% since 2019. Florida continues to outperform most of the nation in wage growth, with more than 30 metros recording increases of 30% since 2019. Sebring, Ocala, Deltona, Daytona, Ormond Beach rank among the top 10 in the nation.
Wow.
For growth. So you don't really think Sebring,
No.
Ocala.
Yeah.
But it seems like a lot of people are moving to those areas, right?
They are. I mean, Ocala's blowing up. That is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new construction. There's a lot of investors going out there. Obviously, the horse tracks that they have, a lot of they breed a lot of horses in Ocala, a lot of race horses, for a fact. So a lot of people moving that way because the taxes are lower, insurance is a little lower, and it's blowing up. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. And then you also look at some of the other factors. You look at, of course, we got hit by storms and hurricanes over the years. We've seen those happen back in '92. You had Homestead. You have all these different hurricanes, but Florida's resilient. Florida's going to rebuild, and it's just a temporary pause. And then people seem to have short-term memories. They're still moving to Florida in records. And we're also seeing record numbers in the visitors to the state, tourism visitors. But it's kind of interesting, too, looking at this. So think back also in October of 25, Florida finally eliminated the commercial lease tax, which is something that Florida realtors advocated for many years. So now you have landlords and tenants both saving that tax that they had. You also have FIFA World Cup coming to Florida this year. Yep. That's going to be in June. That's going to have a huge economic impact. Miami Hosts Committee project as much as a $1.5 billion in economic impact for Florida. The spotlight will be on Miami as international businesses and lifestyle capital during FIFA World Cup 2026. So that's coming up. They're going to have 7 matches down there as part of the 104 game, 48 team FIFA World International D Football Association, so AKA soccer, is what we call it.
Yeah,
but
Florida. I mean, Florida is a retirement state, right? Everybody wants to be in Florida. I was born and raised here, right? And so when someone's like, "Oh yeah, you're a true Floridian," I'm like, "Well, I don't want to go anywhere else. I mean, this is the best state in the country."
Exactly.
And why not live here? And so you have people coming down, especially from up north in New York, or trying to get out, and they're coming to Florida. And Florida, I tell you, it's just the best place to live.
Yeah, I'm working on an interview for a realtor. I'm talking to some Keller Williams realtors in New York City. Yeah. I want to find the right one and find out what's going on up there so far in terms of the Mamdani effect. I think we're going to see record numbers. I mean, everybody's seeing that. It's a little bit early still for some of those policies to take effect. But once they start doing some of the radical things that they're talking about doing, more and more people are still going to be moving down.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, and I mean, look at the weather's been awesome here. Now that second homes are the policies on second homes have kind of been lifted. So second homes, you can put 10% down on a second home, get a good interest rate. Investments in property in Florida for sure. Second home, you got condos, beach condos. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And there's also an economist here. He's talking about O'Connor. He said we've seen job creation slow from the breakneck pace right after the pandemic, but it's still healthy. Migration and mortgage rates are two of the biggest factors shaping the market in 2026. Yeah, and we see it. We see it firsthand. And there's going to be a lot of good things happening in Florida. I want to zero in on some of your recent success stories because I know you're doing a lot of deals up there. And sometimes people have a misconception. I think over the years we've kind of looked at one of the biggest misconceptions in real estate and mortgage space is the amount of down payment, right?
Right, yeah, that's a huge misconception. You don't have to put 20% down to get a house. That's people still think that. I can't believe it, right?
Yeah.
So they still think that. I mean, you can do conventionals 3% or 5%. You can do FHAs 3.5%. You get 100% FHA loan. You can do FHA has 100% financing. So in this market as a buyer, you are going to win because you can still negotiate. Rates are decreasing, so rates are low. You can get 100% financing on an FHA loan. Seller can pay your closing costs. You literally can be out of pocket, no money. Obviously, VA is 100%. You get no money out of pocket. So as rates continue to go down, I think as a buyer, your negotiating power is going to diminish, right? So there's going to be more competition. I believe the values are going to continue to increase because of the competition. So if you're on the fence or you're sitting there thinking, oh, maybe this is the year to buy a house, you really need to start talking to someone and kind of getting the wheels going because this is a great opportunity to buy.
Yeah, go ahead and get that pre-approval in place. Reach out to the show hotline. We'd love to put you in touch with Jeff. You can call our show at 813-917-1894. Call or text the show hotline, 813-917-1894. We're online at consumerqb.com, consumerqb.com. And the other news was news from Donald Trump here off his Trump social account, True Social. He says, please be informed that we will no longer let the American public be ripped off by credit card companies that are charging interest rates of 20 to 30% and even more, which featured unimpeded during the sleepy Joe Biden administration. Affordability. So as President of the United States, I'm calling for a one-year cap on credit card interest rates of 10%. And I think you're going to see that help people too, because when you're figuring out that debt ratio, kind of the inner workings of the loan. Can you talk about that?
Yeah,
that ratio?
The debt ratio, is how your income compared to your debt and how much you pay out, and that's before you have a mortgage, right? You have your front end ratio and your back end ratio, and so debt. I see it all the time. Credit card debt through the roof, and so it'll definitely impede your buying power. So you want to basically make sure that you can minimize your debt, especially if you're going to go buy a house, right? You don't want to make big purchases before you buy a house, like a car. Don't do that. If you're really serious about buying a house, don't go out and make a big purchase if you can choose not to. But yeah, that credit card debt will get you. I mean, that's all over. So I have clients that are refinancing now because they have equity in home to pay all credit card debts so they can be debt free. And as rates come down, it's saving them tons and tons of money on a monthly basis.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to play this quick clip here about the economic numbers.
Gas prices and mortgage rates drop while the GDP surges.
In just one short year, President Trump has delivered a historic economic turnaround to put our country back on the path to prosperity.
The Trump administration touts the president's policies while also launching a probe into Jerome Powell.
This unprecedented action should be seen in the broader context of the administration's threats and ongoing pressure.
So it'll be interesting to see how that one shakes out. But there's also, over the last, year or so, you've heard about, the effects of the tariffs. Because initially the tariff scared people and it kind of hurt some people. The uncertainty was there. But I think some of those tariffs rates have come down. People are going to see more money in their tax returns coming up soon. Yes. There's going to be tax return money. And there was something like 31 groundbreakings for huge manufacturing, manufacturing facilities. So, everything from air conditioning to automobiles to generators, things that are made in America. Those are going to be that's going to be a big impact. And, when you have those groundbreakings happen, it takes a little while, that delays there. But once those start really hitting 2.5, 3 years from now, you're going to see some boom, man.
Big time. And you made a good point about tax return refunds, because a lot of times with home affordability, people don't have the money to put down, right? But you get that tax money. This is a good chance to, a good time to, really now dial in on your finances and see, okay, how much am I going to get back on my tax return? That could be enough for a down payment. Yeah. That could be the 3.5%, or it could be enough to cover the closing costs if you get 100% financing, right? So this is where they lock in on your tax return money and see if you're a renter or a first-time home buyer. This is a good opportunity to take a look at your finances and see if that's going to be enough to get you into a home.
Right on. And we can negotiate with the sellers also to bring money to give you concessions towards your down payment, your closing costs, maybe make some repairs that they wouldn't normally make. Oh, yeah. Because the market's still a little soft, but it's gonna be turning very quickly here. So don't fall behind and then be in a catch-up position where some of the best properties are getting that multiple bid situation. Again, that's what could happen. We got to take a quick break. Right back, more with Jeff Hoffman here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Nationwide Residential Capital, Jeff Hoffman in studio with me. He's online at nationwiderc.com, nationwiderc.com, and you can see all of our experts online at consumerqb.com. Quick break, right back.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Tired of long lines at the airport? Check out Tampa Bay's premier private jet source. I'm Brandon Rimes for Will Smith Aviation, aircraft management, acquisition, and sales, luxury jet escapes, and packages. Check them out online, willsmithaviation.com. That's willsmithaviation.com, or call the show. I'll put you right in touch directly with Captain Will Smith. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke, American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, online at davidreynoldsjewelryandcoin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com, TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for our friends at TargetSurveying.net. For all of your surveying needs, land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, TargetSurveying.net. That's TargetSurveying.net. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894. 1894.
All right, we're back here in studio with Jeff Hoffman, longtime friend of the show. Work with him on your local. He's your local mortgage expert, contributor, all things mortgage related. We want you talking to Jeff Hoffman. Nationwide Residential Capital, nationwiderc.com, nationwiderc.com. We got a hot listing here at 12948 Wildflower Meadow Drive. This one's in Riverview. It's another Riverview property, Hillsborough County. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in Tampa Bay. 5 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage. 2949 square feet. This is in Triple Creek as well. We've got a couple listings in Triple Creek, which is a great community. Lots of pools and entertainment. You got fitness centers, playgrounds, walking trails. It's very highly desirable area. Owned by a former chef. The stylish kitchen has stainless steel appliances, sleek countertops, and plenty of space to entertain guests. Hurricane shutters are included, and resort-style amenities as well. Check out 12948 Wildflower Meadow Drive in Riverview, Florida. Another one of our real estate listings from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We also have a listing here at, let's look at Fernleaf, 3314 Fernleaf Drive, Hernando Beach. Vacant land, commercial property. I'm sorry, this is a residential property. No HOA or CDD fees here. Build your dream home. Direct access to the Gulf. And a great opportunity to buy real estate. 82 feet by 100 feet. Public water service already brought onto the corner lot. And you have a seawall there and a boat dock. So great opportunity to buy real estate on Fernleaf Drive, Hernando Beach. Another one of our vacant land parcels. We've got about a dozen vacant land parcels, commercial properties, and residential, 45, 50 listings total. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, we got Jeff Hoffman in studio with us. He's our mortgage expert contributor. Jeff, we're hearing all this stuff about $200 billion invested into the market, to the bond market, that is, and those long-term bonds is what affects mortgage rates. How are the rates looking? What are you seeing out there?
Man, rates are awesome. I mean, they are. They're below 6s. You're looking on a conventional loan. You're probably in the mid-5s to high 5s on a conventional loan.
Nice.
FHA is low 5s to mid-5s, depending on your scores. Same with the VA loan, right?
Nice.
So I got clients that are, that especially that are refinancing that, they're saving a ton of money, right? I have a client that I did a loan a couple years ago. They're self-employed, went the bank statement program, right? They didn't have their taxes, so we did a bank statement program. Now that they claim the income on their tax returns, they're saving $780 a month.
Nice.
Because of how low the rates are right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you're sitting anywhere and you bought it within the last year or two or longer, and you're sitting anywhere in the mid 6s, you could probably benefit from refinancing for sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then you do something like that, and then you say, well, because sometimes the argument is, well, I'm stretching back out to a 30-year. Well, you can still do the biweekly payment program. You can knock off 7 years right off the top just by paying your mortgage differently. You're paying an extra payment a year.
Right. And then with us, you can actually pick your term. So you could do a 29-year term, 26, 17, 19. Doesn't matter.
Nice.
You can set your term. You don't always have to go back to a 30-year. But you can always pay extra, right?
Yep.
Just like you do biweekly payment plan, pay extra. But a lot of times someone isn't in it. They're not hurting, and they just want a lower rate. So like if you can refinance and lower your rate but continue to make your same payment,
yes,
you can knock 7, 8, 10 years off your mortgage.
Yeah.
Right? So I just, neighbor of mine, we refinanced them into a 15-year fixed, cut off 10 years off their loan.
Right.
Right? And lowered their interest rate by a point and a half.
And you get a much better rate at a 15-year.
For sure,
you're
yes.
not tying to banks
for long term, yeah. Yeah, you can. The lower the term, the lower the rate. For sure.
That's great.
Right? Yeah. So, I mean, it's a great opportunity to really lock in on the lower interest rates.
Give out your cell number. See if people want to holler at you directly.
Sure, yes. 813-918-7445. That's my cell phone. Shoot me a call.
Repeat it.
813-918-7445.
All right. That's Jeff Hoffman. He's the owner of Nationwide Residential Capital right here locally in Tampa Bay. Reach out. We'd love for you to have a conversation with him, support the local economy. We also had Shane Faunce on early on the show, Tampa Yacht Sales. as well. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness, do something kind for one another, be a force for good in the community. And thank you so much for supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show and all of our expert contributors online at consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.